All right, let's see if this worked. Here we go. Yeah. Mic test 1, 2. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Cool. All right. Uh, so new production stream. Welcome, welcome. If you're seeing this after the stream ended, today we're gonna be working on some of the level design of Dropped on the FlipSide, my new game. So to start off with, I just want to go over some of the sketches that I put together, kind of the main ideas, some of the concepts, and philo- what's the word? Philosophies. There we go. Of the design that we want to go for. I changed up the mic a bit, so now you won't have as much background noise. Hopefully, it won't be as annoying when I type on the keyboard. And yeah, so I guess we could start. Um, so we'll be going through, as the title suggests, some of the level design in the early stages of the game, in the first level, where you basically don't have any of the equipments that will serve as a area that gets the player used to the ball mechanics, the player mechanics, and the progression mechanics in terms of the color totems that you have to power up to unlock doors, and how keeping yourself energized without touching the neutral essence that kind of takes away your energy, all those sorts of things, jumping around, platforming, some cool stuff. So right off the bat, I'll go through each one of these and then we'll get into actually adding it to the game. Definitely having some of these steep angled walls that you could build up speed and go up because of the janky physics that I've adapted for this game. The steeper the wall, if you're going the same speed to go up and like use that as a ramp, the steeper the wall, the further or the higher you go, which is sounds kind of counterintuitive for ball physics, but that's just how it ended up working. So I'm working with it. So a couple of those, definitely maybe some platforms that you have to balance on thin walls. So jumping from one to the other, that might be a bit further down the line, a bit difficult. Definitely using the sloped surfaces and the ball physics kind of pushing you off or having you roll off and just trying to keep yourself balanced. So got a few here, got a couple of the same kind of concept here. And just about a few other things. So using a half pipe to get momentum to eventually get to the higher ground. Maybe I could have like a tower that you have to like parkour your way through up, or kind of like a spiral staircase type of thing, just to have a lookout place, just to see where you are in comparison to the rest of the area. Definitely having the placement of the totems. Oh, give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just double check something really quickly. All right. Let me just get into something. Something came up, so give me just a second to get through this. Right. So that should be that. Sorry about that. All right, back on track. Let's close this and let's look at this. So I'll definitely use the neutral essence, which is the kind of fluid, the energy that neutralizes the player. So if you have one of the colored energies as the player, then if you enter the neutral essence, the kind of white liquid, then you will effectively not, or it'll kind of take away the energy. Um, All right. Once again, let me just check something real quick. Okay. All right. So carrying on even more, we use basically the ball physics as basically just platforming, simple stuff, getting from point A to B. Here's more examples of using the slope surfaces. We could have, since the ball character is small or made to appear small and compared to like more humanoid characters, we'd have like uh, little holes or little passageways that you could find inside the walls and use those to get to higher ground or to new areas. Um, and yeah, so basic stuff that we're going to try to figure out today. All right. Let me just get something done real quick. All right. So I'll refer you guys to the start of the stream to kind of take a look at these notes if ever we get to doing one of these. But without further ado, let's take the rest of the time to get in the project and actually do some work. So let's do this. I'm gonna minimize this over here so I can have a, actually no, let's keep it here, might as well. All right, and everything's looking good. Cool. So once again, we started by default in this level, but I prepared the first area right here. So if you go in, you'll see that concept of this massive dugout kind of like dome with the massive ball and the massive walls kind of come to life. I have the kind of early stages of the tutorial area here. So you would imagine that this would be that tunnel that you originally start in. So this is a bit later in the game, not exactly the very start. And you kind of just get dropped down into this blank canvas of a level that we're going to fill out. I'm thinking of filling out maybe a third of this area with the stuff, or with the gameplay without any of the abilities or without any other environmental things other than the totems and the doors. Because eventually I'll get the functionality of the rest of the mechanics done to actually add some more gameplay throughout this area. So if I start here, you'll see I start in this little tunnel. It's a bit laggy because of the brush meshes that I'm using. Unreal doesn't necessarily like them, as well as most likely the fact that I'm streaming. But if I go down here, you'll see that I roll all the way down, and we have a whole playground sandbox to mess around with. These, once again, I don't know if I mentioned, but these serve as like respawn points. So anytime I die, if I've triggered one of these, then I respawn there, pretty much. All right, let's get this party started. Let's have fun. Let's have some fun. So right off the bat, I'm gonna try to exclusively use these shapes here. And if I ever need to do some unique stuff, then I can mess around with the brush meshes like I did for this pipe. I guess the first thing that we need to make sure that the player knows would be to bring the energies to the totems. So let's go find ourselves our color totem, slap one of these bad boys in here. We could change around the parameters as we see fit down the line. But let's say this is the first thing that the player sees, the first thing that they want to interact with. It's the main focus. So that means we should probably wall this off and see from there. Now, the one thing that's a bit weird about this kind of angle with the level is that whenever I put a block in by default, it's not going to be rotated necessarily the way that it's looked like it should by default, but that should be fine. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, so boom, and let's see, boom, something like that. Maybe have it a bit lower, and I'll most likely change the player starts location down the line to not have to go down this tunnel every single time, but to start with, boom, okay, that's a good start. Got a decent space to mess around with. We could definitely have some of those early puddles around here, maybe have a single door that requires all three colors so that the player knows 100% that's what they need to do. I do want to bring this a tiny bit in, bring this just a bit more in as well. And considering I have this as a landscape, we could easily just go in here and mess around with this. So let's do that. Oh, wrong one. Is it not? Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna make like a little puddle. Let's say some of the energy was flowing down the wall or something. It's a bit strong, but we got the smooth, so it's all good. And something like that. And just start and make it a bit more interesting. Let's add a little bit of parkour that they have to do. Right, because we're in landscape mode. Say the simplest form of parkour that you can do is just to jump from one block to the other. And let's do this. Yeah, might as well. Let's say I want to do, for the sake of keeping that puddle mechanic, let's say I want to tilt this to the side and use this as kind of like just actually, hold on. Before we do that, bring this down, create a new one, then have this be the edge. And kind of do the same thing for all the other ones, or for the other sides. Ooh, that's that's gonna be annoying. All right. So boom, something like that. Say so I'm essentially trying to curve these parts in to kind of like make this part also where I could put a puddle. Because as of now, that's the only mechanic I actually have. So I gotta make do with what I got. Interesting. Okay. And of course, everything seems very white for now, but that's because it's early stages, kind of gray boxing. Once we get to actually dressing the environment, it'll look a lot cooler. So now that we have these bad boys here, I have, where are they? Yes, these, that, and right here. Interesting. So I program these quite intuitively, so I can just set the color to whatever I want. And we could set the size as well, all that good stuff. And there. Let's see. Is it... How low can I put this? Ah, okay. Let's see about that. Yeah, alright. There's puddle number 1. Puddle number 2 could go over here. gonna go until the edges are no longer flat. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's say this one's gonna be blue or green, whichever color works. Oh, got a bit of lag. Let's see. It should be fine. Hopefully my mic isn't too loud this time. Once again, the settings are a bit different, so please adjust your volume accordingly. And there we go. All right. Let's have some fun. Of course, we want to make the environment as good as possible. So I might change the sizes and the placements of these kind of things down the line, depending on like sight lines and the size that I want to go for and all that good stuff. But for now, let's keep it at a pretty comfortable size. I guess we could go into more of that kind of trapped, enclosed feeling down the line for some of the other segments. There's also going to be more segments that are like in the air, so that might be interesting to delve into. Heck, you might be even able to go along this and use this as a platform to jump to like a secret area here or something. But for now, this seems to be going good so far. So let's say, actually, yeah, let's say do this here and add the door there in that right corner. Here, let me get a better angle. Something like that. And door, I think I've just been using the door base. Actually, might be good custom to use the blueprint or the child. All right. So now I can actually change the door top edge, change the size of the door, change the position for it to kind of fit in there, and yeah. There we go. All right. Well, I still need to make the door actually door sized, so there we go. And add a bit of blockage just for the sake of it being there. All right. So eventually you'll see the colors that the door is tied to, kind of like we'll manually put like a panel of light going from its connected totems to the actual lights, maybe. Or I'll figure out a way to program it. But for now, let's say that the linked tree would be pretty much the only one that's here. And let's say the required colors for our first tree would be all of them. Let's see if this little area works out for now. Yeah. Boom, you're thrown in. First thing you see is that. Got these in the sides, working as intended. I will most likely have to change the, oh, actually the camera location isn't that bad. Nice. Kind of like it. The default works. So let's say this here. And let's see if the little parkour section, oh, it does work. Haha. And everything seems seamless. Go here, and door should open. Yeah, so go here. Now that we have kind of like the comprehension of what this does, I'm gonna add a massive puddle here to kind of like neutralize the player. I think that would be good just to reset their state for the next kind of puzzle area. Let's have some fun with that. Escape. And wait, am I doing the right one? No, I'm not. There we go. Haha. All right. Let's make it big enough so that the player doesn't actually have the opportunity to jump over it. So it's kind of like maybe just a massive puddle would be nice. And of course, we could smooth that out. Make it just a tiny bit bigger. Yeah, a bit too big. There. A bit closer to what it was, but it should do the trick. Definitely add a lot of the smoothness on the center there. All right. There we go. And I think the walls are hovering. Yeah, the walls are hovering. Okay. And yeah, just for now, doing that. Once again, going to this top edge, making the door bigger. Boom. And yeah. And of course, the door is actually not covering here, so let's do this. Make it a bit wider. And we got our first kind of little tutorial, figure it out little section. Done and done with the incoming. Where is it? This bad boy right here. Bring it up. Make it big. Whoa, a bit too big. All right. Boom. Perfect. We got some Discord stuff. Okay. Puddle seems good. Let's see how it works. All right. Give me a second. Actually, let's try that. So let's say I have a bit of a harder jump. The red one, I jump into the there. Aha, cleans you up just as intended. So that means I cannot, unless I try. I might also have the totems suck the energy or the color out of the player when you input it. That might just solve some. I don't know if it would matter, because essentially if you got there with the color, you could get there with the color again. So, oh wait, what am I doing? So I don't think it would necessarily matter. Let's do this one. Unlock that door. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the door didn't go all the way. That's fine. Actually, can you use that if you're if you're good enough at very precise jumps? You might be able to use that and avoid the puddle, but overall that should be fine. So the design of the areas are going to be a lot like this, where they're all like little sectioned off little areas with like doors blocking in between. This might lead to like more of a hub type of area or a bigger area that's part of this level. So we'll see how it goes with that kind of philosophy. All right. We're back. Okay, we're still in select mode. The door. Let's see what's up with the door. Oh, I know exactly what's up with the door. The actual bottom of it should be there, and the actual top. Yeah. So now it should close the intentional way all the way down to the actor's default position. All right. Next up, let's see what we want to do. Yeah, let's try to make this like a little hub. So let's say like we could add a room there, we could add a room there, and have like here with like maybe 1 or 2 rooms in the middle, and have it like blocked off by much bigger walls where you need to actually get more energy or get more score to go through. So let's start with that. Let's start with the really big walls. How are we doing on the live stream? We're still doing good. Perfect. Oh, was I not holding the right button? Oh, yeah, there we go. And essentially, this will be the medium to super large wall. So not as big as this one, not as small as that one, but it will surely section off the areas like so. Let's have some. Oh, not what I wanted. I want. Where is it? There we go. I swear I'm a professional. I'm used to this. Maybe not streaming. This is, after all, my second stream ever. So, pardon if I am still, or it sounds like I'm still new to this. I am. But hopefully it doesn't stop it from being entertaining, interesting, or just a good way to document the process of this project. Yeah. All right. So let's say for today, let's work in this little area. And we could kind of like have it overlapping itself and figure out some interesting ways to go about it. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do something real quick. Do this and all right. Hopefully this would reduce the lag at least a tiny bit. Okay. So let's get cracking into some more interesting design choices. Let's slap another one of these bad boys. And let's work with this little corner here. And actually, I really do want to use that idea that I had using this as a platform to get to the other side. I think that would be a quite interesting approach. So let's go with that. I'll add this wall here in order to kind of add another door. So all of this is basically just having the player go around to find the totems to power up in order to get more score, in order to open, let's say, there's a massive door here that leads to like another section of this first area. Maybe a section that has more of the environmental mechanics involved. And limiting yourself like this, like limiting yourself to working in a single space like this at a time or in a frame of time basically helps you kind of plan out or helps you scope. It helps you not what's the word? Make like I cannot think of the word. It helps you plan out on a smaller scale rather than overthinking and being overwhelmed. There we go, that's the word. Being overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that needs to do, kind of like the blank canvas effect that you might have if you're an artist. You're looking at a blank canvas and no ideas are coming to you. So this kind of helps avoid that. Okay, so I guess that could stay there for a bit. And if they are daring enough to go there, then they could do that. If they aren't, then maybe you could have another totem unlock a door that's here. So let's do that. Say, and we don't have to have the totems by the doors every time. But for now, let's keep it consistent. Okay. So, boom. Change up this size to fit here. Overall, having fun with it. All right. So essentially what I want to do is try to find a way to have the player sneakily go over here. If not, find ways to get this totem powered up. I guess let's start with this area. Let's place just a couple things, maybe a couple interesting... Ooh, actually, I have an idea. We're going to use that like ramp mechanic that I talked about earlier, basically making the very steep ramp here that the player could use if they have enough speed, and just have a secondary kind of platform up here. Yeah, that sounds cool, like a cool idea. Okay, so don't want to make it too tall. And actually, we could also use the bottom section here as a little secret area to get somewhere else as well. A lot of ideas flowing through my mind at the moment. One thing at a time. Actually, I think... Yeah, okay, so we're fine on the rotation. Something like that. And actually, saying we want that to be accessible, let's do this. And might as well go through playing it a tiny bit, just to see where we're at, get a kind of a size feel of what the player's gonna see. So as we zoom down here, right, I keep forgetting we'd have to do this every time. I should definitely add a save function so that it saves our progress. So essentially, whoop, there we go. Boom, and boom. All right. Back in action. Nope. Get out of there. So, okay, so this size kind of feels good. I have maybe... Ooh, I know what I want to have in here. I want to have the kind of maze puzzle with the massive puddle of essence. That would be really cool. And let's say, oh, yes, perfect. So that's, I think, pretty much exactly the height that I want. So if you go any slower, then you won't be able to make it. So this is more of a soft kind of tutorial, so it won't be necessarily told to the player that they can do this. They might see this and just be like, oh, it's a wall, and they try to go slow and don't make it. But as soon as you go with the top amount of speed, oh yeah, get up here, and let's say there's like maybe another room that we could work in, maybe a way to get on this pipe. I still have yet to see if I could actually balance on this thing if it's too thin. But actually I do like that. Actually, instead of having it like that, let's do this. Which would also give me some space underneath for maybe some smaller collectible type things. Yeah. And then it'd be a good way to get back through. So let's say it's like that. And there we go. Something like that. And I wanted to do the maze here, so let's have this over here. And let's say, what would be, let's say this door is tied to this blue, and, or, what can we do? Actually, yeah, let's have another door here that opens from this, so it would actually have you loop around. Seems like a lot, like a much better. Oh, I know we have the puddle over here. Be the puddle that's used over there. Yeah, okay, I like that. Go. It's a bit of a big door, so let's make that smaller. Just have it be a tiny door. Yeah. Let's deal with this real quick. It's a lot of white. A lot of white. Small door. Yeah. All right. So essentially what I want to do in this room here would be the kind of like the puddle maze, where all this would be the clear puddle that kind of takes away your ability. However, it would have like little bridges or kind of like platforms that you have to figure your way around in order to get through. But first, do the very tedious task of adding a door. It's not centered. Something like that. And considering I want it lower, let's keep it there. And let's work with the landscape. Okay. Let's flatten this out since we already have it kind of here. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah, no, it did work. All right, so guess here it'd be very important that I have the entire section be at that level that I want the puddle to go. Make the size bigger. Yeah. And being considered, I guess I could expand that one or not. I haven't tried actually merging a couple of these together. Do the textures merge? They have some BC fighting. Of course they do. Oh well. Oh well. Go. Boom. And boom. Alright, perfectly encapsulated with no issues whatsoever. Actually, let's have it start here. Let's give a bit of breathing room there so that this can puddle up. And also I might need to add some breathing room over here as well, so that should be fine. Let's flatten this out again. And, oh, might as well. Yeah. should be good. And, yeah. However, this should be, oops. This should only be there. And this should encompass that little bad boy there. Nice. So it is its own little island. This might little. Should we merge it with that one? Nah, I think that's fine. Right. So let's see how this feels. So we got this section here where we're gonna have like landmarks or something like that. You might be able to use this to get over. This will be like the simplest. In these areas, I want to have the simplest version of these kind of like gameplay areas or puddles, or not puddles, gameplay areas or puzzles, because these are all ideas that we can definitely be further improved with the use of abilities and stuff like that. So once again, let's actually go back in the landscape. So I want to bring this out over here as well. that you start with nothing, or you have to, if you try to get in, you have to have nothing, and basically try to make your way with the appropriate colors. Considering you could get here, I'm sure whichever color you would be able to get to this one with, you could get to this one with according to the path that I'm going to put in. Okay, so let's go back to this one and move it here, encapsulate that, bingo, and now we can link up these bad boys. So essentially, this one would only require the blue, I think. And we'll use the blue from this guy. Actually, no, that's not the case. I want the blue from, actually, this is not the door that I want from that. So I want this, and I want the, let's say the red and the green. Considering that, let's say the red goes to like another door or something like that. Yeah. All right. So this is the door that I want this one to connect to with the blue. And we'll go over here, make our little blue puddle. Or should I? Actually, would it be more interesting? Would it be more interesting to actually, yeah, unlock this with the blue, then open this, but that would not be open. Unless, okay, I have an idea. Unless the intended way is to go through here, unlock this, that opens this door. There's a couple ways I could go around to it, actually. It's quite the design puzzle. Let's keep it to the original idea. Might as well. So, essentially, we're gonna find a way to get the red or the green and blue, or the red and green, to this one through maybe like some platforming here. Block it off and keep it contained. Have that be accessible here, there. So, whoop, there we go. Let's expand this little puddle here. So. A little something like that. Ah, of course. That's gonna mess with that. Of course it is. In that case, I have an idea. A better idea. Have that remain there. And we're gonna have this actually sculpted up. So it's gonna be a bit dangerous to get to. However, assuming I could flatten this out. Okay. Good, okay, it's on build as well. Let's make a little platform here. And that's going to be where our little puddle is. So, a little blue puddle. Smooth this out a tiny bit. It's a bit janky, but it'll do the trick. Smooth this out. Ooh, I'm not on smooth, that is why. Go back to where, yeah, okay, smooth. This out, smooth this out here. Okay, cool. All right, might be a bit, or might need to be a bit steeper, might as well. And let's add a little puddle. Where am I going? There. Okay. And oh, there we go. Oh, it's actually pretty good size already. Over here, expand it there. Yeah, not sticking out. It is! No! Okay. This is why using landscapes is good. Because I could just cover this up. Something like that. Bring this back down. Smooth this out. Nope, and ruin everything. Fine. Oh. Hey, there we go. Okay. Like nothing ever happened. So now, there, that one's connected to that, which allows you to go back, which allows you to get the other essences. Ooh, actually, what if I did make the intentional way up here to get here, and that's the kind of like second way to go about it. Then have like another way to enter here, blocking this off from the rest. Yeah, okay, I like that. I just got another idea. We're gonna get rid of this one. Yes. Because I want the intentional way to be, let's say, to find your way over here. So instead of doing this little wall puzzle over here, we're gonna have it somewhere else. Well, considering this is gonna be just a long way to get there, let's have the actual puzzle be here. So I'm gonna do this, or actually, I'm gonna do it on the thinner wall, make it a bit less intrusive. And kind of just do it enough to raise some suspicions. It does a boom. I think that was about the size, and then boom, another one up here to get all the way to the top. Although, however, you won't be able to do them back to back. Okay, in that case. Oh, where am I going? Do it like this. So I'm going to add a bit of a platforming area here, so that if you figure out that kind of hidden physics bug, or not bug, feature, very much a feature, you'll be able to get up here. It's quite difficult to make out the blocks, actually. I should probably use the default texture. Where is it? Material? Yeah, alright. So from now on, let's try to use this to make it easy to distinguish without everything being white. So anything... Let's put on this one as well. There we go. Alright. Actually, I wonder if I can do this. In, down. Let's just make a little staircase here. And essentially that should be enough to get over the wall. Let's try it out. All right. Cool. So once again, we get this. This little fix kind of worked intentionally. Oh, can I not get out? Okay, so puddle might be a bit steep or a bit deep. So I'll need to. Okay, so whenever I get the green, the blue doesn't change energies, which is strange. It's a little unintentional bug. Does it do it every time? Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what's up. I think it just doesn't Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me fill this up all the way. I think it only... No? Okay, hold on. I don't know why it does it. Strange. Okay. Let's get this done. Get that open. Oh, I need to fix that. And use this as the ramp. So, wait, what? Oh, is it too steep? It might be too steep. Yeah, it's too steep. Okay. And I got an error. Okay, that's just the minor error. No problem with that. Bring that down. Bring that down. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be too tall. In that case, let's make a cool looking, or not cool looking, but a fairly decent staircase. Kind of. There we go. Ta-da. Staircase it up. And call it a day. Essentially, that should be good. Stream is messing up again. Okay, let's see if how good the stream is going. Okay. Okay, stream's still good. Cool. Alright. So, boom, boom. Might as well change the position of the player start because we've seen this start enough, and I kind of want to skip the starter room or the first room, so let's bring it all the way over here. There we go. Back in a bit. Wait, no, what? Where are we? Oh, a bit too far. Let's bring it back over here. Yeah. Nope. Now we're on the floor. Haha. Okay. There we go. And we also wanted to fix this here. Find this out. Smooth this out. There we go. Let's try smoothing this out actually, if it works. Okay. Flattening, let's only lower it and just add this to, right. In that case, let's move this a tiny bit this way and bring that. Nope. Hold on. It's more than that. There. Okay, seems fine. Give it a bit of smooth love, because smoothing always helps with the landscapes. Really combats those jagged edges that may appear sometimes. Boom. Yes. And back in action. So we got our blue, we got our green, we got this little area fixed, so you can't go right here. Actually, I'll fix this up as well. Let this out a tiny bit. And smooth it out. Considering that the steeper the edge, the harder it is to actually get out, so might as well. Let's do it here too. And ideally, we'll have this area. We're going to use this area to essentially get here. Unlocking that. Let's see here. which would actually eventually unlock this, which means we could also have one here with a wall here blocking with a door to other of these energy sources. But first, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's make this little area. So I'm thinking very simple parkour for this area, kind of just jump from platform to platform. I think what I would want to do is start off with kind of like a jump that's almost impossible unless you're up close to it. I think that would be a good approach. Or what can we do? Actually, yeah, I have an idea. Instead of that, we're gonna have platform here, and actually just have one of these puddles here, which will be kind of like a barrier, so you can't go past this point with any kind of energy, similar to what we did by the door over there. I realize how this is also stretching the texture. Dang it. Okay, I might need to make the texture world-spaced. Essentially meaning that it will be the size is going to be based on the world instead of the actual object that it's on. Let's do that. Let's change this to the white. Boom. And essentially I could do that. Now it's important that I make this jump almost impossible to make. Actually, yeah, what I can do is bring this higher, like that, and bring this like this, and essentially bring this as high as I can, and put a block there. Yeah, that could work. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this back down like this, and bring kind of a little ledge that you could use while you're in here to jump up. So this whole section back here could also be another totem-based puzzle. These refractions are messing with me a bit. There. Yeah? Yeah, alright. Let's try this out. So essentially, ideally, we could jump. Okay, so you can't jump. Okay, so we straight up can't jump that high, so take all these, bring them down like that. Alright, yeah. Essentially, oh, this actually is, oh yeah, because I moved everything except for it, so it's down to where I wanted it. Once again, ideally, you would not be able to make this jump, and you would need to get in here to make the jump there. And let's try, alright, and let's try a full speed. Oh. Okay, so if players do want to try this approach, it would be a lot tougher, which, hey, if they want to go for that, then by all means. And let's make it, whoa! Yeah, actually. I'm gonna remove this because it keeps doing errors. Dismiss. I said dismiss. Good day, sir. Or not. Okay. Apparently it still wants to show. Anyways. Yeah. Add this bad boy here. And what do we want to do here? Essentially, what we can do... Actually, I'll check my notes again, see if there's any inspiration from these. That might be interesting. To one that has a small... Soaps might be a bit too... Oh, we could do the half pipe. Yeah, let's do the half pipe. Half pipe sounds good. Did I believe I created a half pipe asset previously. Might be in the other level, so let me get that real quick. Or is it? No, it's in the other project, right? Okay. So I don't have the half pipe just yet, but let's make one. Super simple, just a box and a void or a subtractive sphere or cylinder. Messing with the size would be maybe my main struggle. So let's say boom. Can I have it tied to here? So let's say put the considering it's that. Let's put this at the top. Let's have a puddle like here, have another like one of these clear puddles, kind of just so you have something to jump over. Maybe have to be careful here, jumping over this one. Actually make it a bit thicker. Here. Slowly but surely I'm coming to realize that these white textures are blending in together more than they should and making things hard to see, but everything seems to be working fine for now. Let's do this. Guess I could use this platform for the rest here as well. Not too much of a fan of using these these balloon brushes, because they lag your game if you, or they lag your engine if you use them too much, unless you turn them into like static meshes, which is the equivalent, basically what everything else is. Okay. So we got a little section here. Let's add our half pipe element, or what will make it into a half pipe. Yeah, and yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So now, kind of like skateboard, or a la skateboard, we're gonna have half pipe. Definitely gonna add, well, that's a bit much. Don't want to exceed our poly count too much. Let's try 16. 16? Yeah, okay. Seems like it likes 16. Put this here. Extend it to the extremities. Go. Doesn't matter if it sticks out a bit because we're gonna make it subtractive, and whammo, we got ourselves a half pipe. It's a bit small. Actually do. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna wall it off on that side so that you have to go around. Although that'll cause that to be kind of a bridge that you could use. Oh, I have an idea. Okay. So I will, in fact. Oh, nope. Set it to where it was before, where it's covering everything, because I want to add. I'm gonna add a wall here that'll have a door with a bridge that you could use. So essentially, you're gonna be, you're gonna want to open a door that'll have you go on here, maybe go on top of this wall, and then try to, what's the word? balance your way on this to get to the other side. It's a bit of tricky gameplay for the very beginning of the game, but again, this is more just a brainstorming session just to try to figure out the kind of gameplay elements and the environments that may work. This may... I don't think this will work because... Actually, hold on. Are those flat exactly? They are exactly flat. Okay. I'm going to change this up to 15? Does that now have these both? Okay, so that one's angled. That one is not angled. Let's try 14. Essentially, I'm trying to angle these top ones inwards, or to have them kind of angled like this so the ball can smoothly go up. So because if it's a perfectly like 90 degrees wall, it'll just stop the ball right there. Well, actually, considering this is still like early stage of the game, let's have a fairly simple slope. And actually, let's see if more is more. Ooh, more is more. By that I mean have that go down a bit further and have the half pipe bigger. Perfect. Okay, so ideally this would work as I would like. Let's make it a bit bigger here. Ooh, actually, no, scratch that. Scratch that because I want... Might as well have a little secret while we're at it over here. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with this. Actually, let's legitimately just copy this over because I think it might be fun to have a little tunnel under this thing. And yoink. Like that. Like this. Something that you could just simply roll into. Maybe a bit shorter. Of course, I'd stick out. And now we have our, if I get the walnut to be in my face, our little hidey hole section if you choose to go explore that way, which is pretty cool. All right, wall time. Boom. Simply, boom, shrink, and translate. Yeah. Now you are forced to go here and do the rest like that. All right. Let's give ourselves some nice looking puddles. Oh, that's a bit too far. Let's bring down the strength. The default for these tools is always a little too strong. Here we go. So that'll be our green, that'll tie to that, that'll tie to a door there. Smooth these out. That'll be just a little danger zone, and that'll be our green. Might as well have that like be flat. Actually, I could flatten it here as well. Boom. All right. Oh, and it can connect to this green. Huh. I'm a genius. Totally calculated. 100%. All right. Let's see this in action. Boom, boom. Huh, we're already over an hour in. Time flies when you're making some levels on, or out of scratch. What's the saying? Can't remember. From scratch. There we go. That's what it is. Making some levels from scratch. Time flies by. Having a good time. And yeah. Oh. we go. And let's change that. So this should look fine. Boom, you have a little thing to jump over. Actually, let's make the landscape a bit less dangerous. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make it predictable, or not based on the ball physics, because we all know that that might end up being frustrating. So, bring this bad boy over here and give it the good old cube treatment platform. Yeah. Something like that. How's that look? Yeah. So you could easily jump over that, and then jump on this. Should be high enough. Make your way over here. I believe this would be high enough, but just in case, let's add a little platform here. Oh. And essentially having it be just a tiny bit risky to go over here. Should be thin enough. There we go. And there. So essentially, this here. And eventually, this will all have its own like environment or dressing. So actually, yeah, actually, let's do this. Which, oops. Oh, however, I can't do that considering the hole. So let's do my original plan. Let's flip this and give this its own little elevated platform. This. And expand that to as far as I want it. Perfect. Yeah, alright. Now that that's there, let's bring this bad boy back up here, rotate it, just to make it move a bit easier. Boom. This can shrink in order to have that little section be a door. Boom, and there we go, something like that. Yes. Which means I might want to bring this boy inwards like this. So the secret will be a bit more of a secret, or a bit more small. Yeah. And let's hook up the door. So door, boom, rotate. Place it where I want it to close. Essentially, let's make these a bit wider in order to conceal the door. How far can we go? That far. Okay. Here we go. All right. And what would we be doing without adding the actual bridge that connects here to there? Or the kind of like, I guess we could add kind of two slopes in a V, maybe. Essentially, I want the player to end up here somehow. Ooh, actually, I could just have a ramp that goes and you end up here, and that's where you gotta. Yeah, okay. I got a plan. Yeah. It involves boxes. No, not that kind of box. this kind of box. Yes. So essentially, this would be where you end up. Once again, this is all just some kind of like block out, just to rough out some gameplay concepts, just to get something playable, and kind of like a little demo. Ooh, what if yeah, I'm gonna keep that open just in case you wanna A, fall back down this way, and B, try to use this as a ramp to get up, which I have no idea if it's possible, but I want this game to kind of reward skill, so if you can, then by all means. Let's get that. Get that over here. And also, I also need to test if the half pipe is actually possible. It may or may not be. That is something to figure out as soon as we put this together. Okay. Not bad, not bad. And yoink. And a lot of this, of course, is definitely going to be enhanced by playtesting and making sure everything works. Because a game that isn't playtested will, in fact, most likely always end up having game-breaking bugs and unintentional everything, pretty much. And for the sake of safety, let's add a little guardrail. And there we go. Little thing like that. And if you want to go this way, assuming this is roughly the size, yeah, you can just pop out there. All right, let's try this out. Let's have some fun. So challenge number 1 would be basically you can't get past this point without touching the water. You can jump up here, which is good. Use this to get height and then jump to get up, which is good. Didn't I want to put a... Actually, no, I'll keep it open, considering that this might be interesting to... Yeah, like a little something. Whenever I have little somethings to discover, you'd have it there. So I can... Wait, there we go. But I don't have the proper energy, so let's go back up. Over here. Let's go here. Yep. This little cubby kind of seems cool now with the darkness of it. Okay, so I can't jump there, which is good. That looks like a door. Maybe we could change up the style. Alright, so essentially you could jump there. Oh, is this too high to jump on? No, we were doing so good. Let's change up the landscape. That's it. We are... You know what? Let's use the ramp feature. Ramp feature seems fun. Okay, I immediately regret using the ramp feature. Let's go back to sculpting. Let's go back to sculpting. Hopefully this is not too aggressive of an angle. It'll allow you to go there, and it is now high enough to do that. Let's smooth it out a tiny bit. Just a couple clicks here and there always helps. And that hopefully is good enough. Let's try it out. Wait, how low is the actual... Oh, it's not that low. Wait, does that mean I could... Interesting. Okay, I might change this up a tiny bit, maybe. Depending on how high you could actually jump from here. Okay, you can't really jump that high. Let's try this out now. Get the green. Avoid this. Okay, so this doesn't constantly push you down, but it does over here. Yep. Okay. It's got some decent angles, so if you make, or if you're too short on the jump, then it might be dangerous. Just good. This jump might be a bit too intense, so let's see. Oh yeah, I could afford to bump that up a bit. And yoink. Jump this. I didn't set up the door, didn't I? I also did not set the camera. Let's do these couple adjustments real quick. Where am I going? There we go. I might end the stream a bit shortly because I got something coming up. So I only have about 40 minutes to go, or I'll stop between before that 40 minutes. So maybe like in half an hour, maybe a bit before then, depending on where we're at. Designing levels does take a while to do, so even though it doesn't seem like we did too much, we got some good ideas kind of started and flowing, so I'm super proud of what we got so far. Yeah, so let's do our typical setup here, the way I have it set up. So door requires green from this totem. Boom, door should open. While we're here, let's change up the camera position to something more attractive than the white wall. Then maybe like, oh, there we go. Definitely bring it down. Oh, maybe not that down. Actually, let's use this area here to kind of like give the angle. So, I think. There we go. That should be. That seems like a cool little camera position from what we could see. Maybe a bit closer, and maybe 2 down. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now that's that. We got this going up here. We're gonna add probably some more kind of like preventions from going here. This might be interesting to see if I could even use this as a platform. Essentially, we're trying to go from this area into that area over there. I might block this off. If you find a way to get early, then there's like that little ramp to get up. So to make the game as accessible from wherever you are in terms of progress or in terms of skill. So yeah, okay, boom, boom. Yoink. There we go. Now you should be fine. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Need you up here. Little blocker. Good, can't jump on it. This might be a little tricky for the first level, but the way I have momentum going is I gotta make this fine. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, no, nope. Okay, that's quite difficult. Well, while we're here, I might as well do this. Because I do want to check out the slope that I had earlier. Okay, all right. Go. Cool. Once again, this reaches that. So anytime you're in this area, you should essentially not have access to, or like whenever you transition from like a room to this main hub area, you should not, or you shouldn't keep the energy that you have whichever way that you go. Oh, let's see. Cool. Okay, so that still works there, so you can jump up here, jump up here. Oh, okay, so that one's too tall. No, that's a shame. Okay. Oh, it's funny how you bounce a little bit. Nice. Okay, so that's that. Almost fully functional. We'll have something here. We're gonna figure something out here. But essentially, the intended way would be to go this way. And that means I would like to add a wall blocking all of this. Actually, no, I kind of want to have that area roamable. So let's have a wall blocking this here. It's kind of like a little separation. Wait, there we go. Yeah. Let's cover it all for now. Just as for the sake of blocking off the progression, something like that. Then we can have like a big door here to lead to that. Down the line. Yeah, okay, so here we got this. Did I want to... No, I'm pretty satisfied with that for now. Let's do this. Yes. So essentially what I want to do is add kind of like... Ooh, actually, this part might have that kind of environment style with the tilted roofs. So let's try that. Maybe thinner than that. Yoink. There. Actually, would they not have... Yeah, they would be kind of like inside there. So that seems like a fine angle. Still want to make this one thicker, so might as well do that. There. Yeah. Essentially that's there. And there we go. Boom. Do I want to go all the way? Yeah, I might as well go all the way. Considering that only leads to there. However, I do want to make this wall taller as to not have it accessible through that area. So there we go. Where was the thing? There was something that I... Yes, okay. I wanted to fix this up a tiny bit so that the jump is actually possible. Seems like it should. No, yes, perfect. So, da-da-da, go here, do this. Sake of this, actually, I have an idea. Let's have that. I'm gonna have this kind of be a platform safety net, so you're gonna have to actually balance on the beam here. Get to the other side. Although I can't have the safety net block that off, so... Actually, you know what? No. We're gonna have a bridge. Or like a little... Yeah, we're gonna have a bridge. Maybe going along here, something like that. Because you get launched here. Get that. Although... Yeah, no, let's keep it simple. Let's keep simple mechanics, simple things, and bring it all the way over there. For the sake of why not. Alright. Essentially we got our verticality. It's fairly simple. You'd have to jump over this or maybe dare try to go under it. And yeah, so you jump here. What can we do here to make it interesting? Do want this to cover the entirety of that, so that Do I? Actually, I do want to that there and add a bit of a ramp so that you are enticed to go that way. Something like this. And might as well just add a jump. A simple jump that, or maybe like a couple simple jumps from block to block to get onto the top. But go, sticking through. Of course it is. Boom. And we could even have it like this and that. Go boom, 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 all the way up, and you're just thrown into the rest of it. I could even... Alright. That seems good, that seems good. There's no other way from here. You're kind of imprisoned until you get the puzzle right, which may or may not be beneficial. And I still need to figure out what I want to do from here, so... The blue... Yeah, you know what? Let's have the blue open this door, and let's have you go back to this front start room to get the other colors to open this door. Yes! Alright, that is a good idea. That is what I'm gonna go for. So, red and green, of course. However, it's gonna be on this same totem here. Boop. And you are all set up. No, you're not. Blue, there we go. Just double check that this is the right one. Yes, okay, good. So essentially you would use the blue from here, bang. Unless I want to do, well, red's just a jump, so might as well keep it like that. I think I have our first little section done and good with, or for, or whatever the word is, for being satisfied with what we've done. This is also something I might have wanted to look into, is the height of this. Oh, I know what I could do. I know exactly what I could do. Instead of having this like that, yeah, have it like this. So now you can't necessarily jump from that. Have the actual water higher up, assuming that it doesn't clip through the this here. That seems to be fine. And I'll also be able to bring this bad boy up here as a proper platform that actually can help you get to the next one. Yeah, alright. So that's that. That's that. Might as well start from the actual start, because I mean, you are able to get up over there, but essentially that door should be opened by default, or be the first door that you open, so might as well go through everything. And let's go through it. Alright, so let's see what we have done today. I'll see if there's any other tweaks that might need to be done, but essentially I'm pretty satisfied with today's work, or today's progress. Yeah, let's do blue, our green, and our red. So once again, the very, very early stages, kind of just tutorializing what you gotta do. Bingo. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a proper kind of like tutorial that tells you, hey, get the colors and bring them to this thing, or if I'm just going to let the player figure it out. But essentially, hopefully that's self-explanatory in itself. Now they're free to roam the environment that we have here. This still yeah, so this still has the player in the water a bit, which is good, or in the essence. Well, we don't need to jump over that one, but we do when we have the energy. Yeah. Here. Jump when we get that, and open the door. Essentially, I just imagine that you could also, no, come on, let me out. Let's see if you have the right amount of, okay, so it's barely high enough that you can't make it up with a full speed that, can you, okay, so I might make that longer just so that we got a little easy access to get back off. You could also jump over the little ledge. You could jump over the little ledge there if you want. This doesn't force you too much, however, it is still a bit difficult. Actually, I do like the act of kind of forcing to go under here, but maybe not under these circumstances, so that might be a puzzle for later on. I do like that kind of going against the flow. Okay, these are good. This is good. And oh, of course I missed the jump. Let's try that again. Yank and yeah, nope. So definitely some balancing with these jumps, especially this one being as annoying as it is. Okay, so that works. So essentially, we would need to go up here. Oh, okay. This might be a bit too steep for the player to, yeah, so I might, for now I'm gonna try to go for it, but I'm gonna add an easier way up to this little puddle. And right, right. I'm forgetting something. I did not add any platforms to this area, which means that we're not done here. Can I cheat this in any way? Nope. Okay. Dang it. Alright, so essentially, what would he have to do? I do, okay. I have an idea. So essentially, let's bring this wall down just a tiny bit, just to make that jump easier. Let's add another wall here, forcing you to kind of go in the water, so you can't get you can't use, let's say, like this blue path to get here. You're gonna have to use like whatever's on this side, so that might be a good little addition. Let's make this a bit smoother while we're here. Smooth. I don't think smooth is gonna help too much, so let's raise the roof a tiny bit. Actually, let's raise this whole section. No need for this to be sloped down anymore, actually. Yeah. So, that looks good. We're gonna fix it up a tiny bit in a moment. Okay. So let's smooth this out. Bring the strength up. Smooth it out. Hopefully, yeah. I'm gonna flatten this to be, oh, right. Lower, flatten to be kind of like pool sized, or not pool sized, but like shaped, I guess. And, well, time to bring back our old nemesis, the ramp. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Something like so. Yeah. Hey, too big. Can I size it down with Right. Yeah. No? Yes? Oh, dang it. Nope. Oh, really? Guess that one does that, strangely enough. There we go. Good enough. Oh, wait, however, that's going to be annoying. Or not annoying, but that's going to be a bit of a... What? Once again, ramp, you are not going to be used. Because I have a better idea. It involves not using the landscape anymore. Yeah. First of all, let's arrange this. Interestingly, it looks like both it is good to go and it is not good to go, so let's go back into our landscape and fix that a tiny bit. Button, raise it up, and cover that up. And essentially, I'm going to have this be a tiny bit of a parkour thing, so if you didn't make the jump, just have a couple pillars, kind of like what I did over here, so that you get up. Okay. Place some actors. Boom. Get our lovely cube. And essentially after I do this little section, I think I'm going to call it there. Actually, for the sake of time, imagine this being the greatest parkour section you've ever seen, the greatest platforming section you've ever seen, and I'll just make a bridge. For the sake of testing it, because I'm going to stop the stream shortly and call it a day, because I am busy afterwards. So, yoink. Let's try that on for size. Yoink. Let's try this on for size. Alright, boom. There we go. Good enough, and let's add one that goes to the door. Do I need one that goes to the door? That would mean that you would get access from here to bring the things there, which I don't necessarily think I want, so we're gonna keep it like that. Let's try this out. Oh. Alright. Red, green, and blue. Activate. Boom. Get that. Boom. Let's get that. And boom. Right, so that works. Resets the color. Can't go over there because a wall. This also resets the colors in case you have it. Oh, okay, interesting. Jump there is a tiny bit difficult. However, it is still doable. And yeah, alright. So half pipe time, yoink. And go here. Opens that up. Here you get access to go up here. You could use this and kind of bounce and go up around here, I believe. Yes. And here. Okay, so definitely might want to change this up for less precision-based jumping. Here you get there. We got a couple of... it does it with the green one too. Interesting. That. Boom. So we got the blue in, which means this door should open. Yes. Which means I could get the red and the green from over here. And bring those all the way to this bad boy over here. And this kind of shows off the essence of the game, kind of like the back and forth, trying to find and open up ways to get access to other colors, or get access to the totems based on where you are, what your progression is, and what you got at your disposal. So now that we have that, big door opens, new area unlocked, and boom, everyone's happy. I think I'm going to put this here so it could kind of be used as a shortcut. So once again, this mechanic, you just slide all the way up this massive wall that you would otherwise not be able to jump on. So essentially you could jump this high. So that's like twice or 2.5 times the height that you would be able to jump, which is an interesting mechanic. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I am a bit stuck. Okay. So that angle, if you hit it just right, the character doesn't like recognize that it's on the ground anymore. That is definitely something to keep track of. These jumps are also a bit tough. However, if I... Oh, again. Just happened again. Okay, so that is something I need to look out for. I'm gonna call it there. I think we got a good start for the level design. Essentially, we did pretty much everything you see in here today. It looks like a mess of white walls, which may not be as readable as it should be in terms of the gray box, but I could definitely put in some work to make it a lot more visible. I'll be tweaking this off camera, and I'll try to make it as good as it can be. Other than that, expect to see more of these production streams, as well as the devlogs throughout the weeks, whenever I feel like recording myself as I make progress on the game. You'll see that today was the level design. I might do stream more on the technical side to implement some of the mechanics, some of the equipment, some of the environmental other stuff that you could do. Yeah, so it was fun figuring out how to implement or how to come across or create, let's say, some interesting little segments with basically just a ball with ball physics that could jump. Also using the color spreading of like the core mechanic of the game, the color spreading and the door opening. Once again, if you enjoyed watching, or if you were very curious about the progress of the game, if you want to support us, if you want to just know where it goes next, feel free to subscribe, comment if you have any ideas in the design, and any ideas that you think would fit the concept of the game. Don't be shy. If you have any feedback, or if you just want to say hi, we're a pretty friendly group, so don't be shy to get in touch with us. If you're curious about more, there'll be a lot more videos, a lot more, or live streams, I would say. And yeah, so leave a like, and we'll see each other in the next live stream, or if you're watching the VOD, in the next VOD, I would assume. I'm trying to do these every so often, roughly at 6 p.m. EST. And as a last plug, I don't have it here, but it's there's a link in the description that will lead to our team's itch page. A lot of the people that have worked on our previous games throughout the game jams are working on this game as well, mostly the artists. And there's a bunch of pretty interesting content, or pretty interesting games that we've made, so don't be shy to check them out. They're all free, and try them out. Tell us what you guys think. With that, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and see you guys in the next one. Let's stop that here. Where is the button? There we go. All right, see you guys.